Sometimes my guys have some insane ideas, and today is one of those days. Oh boy.
My favorite movie of all time is Back to the Future. My favorite scene in that movie is the lightning scene. Lightning strikes a flagpole, big explosions, and it looks so cool. So I thought to myself, what if lightning struck a steak?
That's a crazy experiment, but I think we can make this work.
This is Nate from the internet. He's a mad scientist that has done a ton of experiments, and he understands electricity way more than me.
With our setup, the electricity is going to be going through the steak, and it will conduct the electricity, but not very well. The electrical resistance of the meat is what's going to cause the heat that will eventually cook the steak.
I don't care what it is, I will not waste food. We're gonna eat this steak no matter what. Whether it's good, bad, or ugly, we're having some electricity steak.
As a proof of concept for cooking with electricity, let's first set up an experiment cooking a hot dog and a couple of nails. These nails come with a zinc plating. I don't really want the zinc plating in contact with my food, so we're going to strip that off using some white vinegar. You just put the nails in the pot, add the vinegar, and then if you want to speed it up a little bit, you can start warming the vinegar up. After stripping all of the zinc coating off these nails, not that you should ever do this, but just gonna take both these wires and wrap it nice and firm around the nail. One wire on one side, the other wire on the other side. At this point, we need our hot dog.
Will this work?
That looks perfect.
Sounds good.
Thank you. You can fit the nails into either side of the hot dog. Please do not try this at home. This is not something that should be considered safe. So we've got our hot dog.
Safety is #1 priority.
The GCFI adapter so that we don't have... That's enough.
I'm out. Yeah, I will watch from the back, Nate.
Okay, GCFI adapter that is plugged in, and now as soon as I plug the cord in, the electricity will start running through the hot dog and heating it up. That's a hot dog. Oh man. It's very funny. Okay, I think it's actually slowing down. I'm gonna unplug it.
Can I touch it?
Yes. The nails might be hot, but like the actual hot dog should just be pretty warm. Like it's kind of like a cooked hot dog.
What is interesting is that even the juices on the bottom, I mean, it's fully cooked the hot dog.
We're gonna take a look at the inside of the hot dog to see what the nails did to it.
Holy
There
moly,
you go.
That's the char I was smelling, Nate.
Yes, definitely. Cooking a hot dog is great, however, the visual isn't really all that exciting. There is something you can do that's a lot more visually interesting though, and that is a pickle. Now, pickle is just basically full of brine, which is salt water. There's a lot of salt.
Holy moly.
Pickle. As the electricity travels through the salt, it breaks it apart into its sodium and chloride components, and in doing so releases an extra electron, which shows up as photons.
That is a lot of science for me, Nate. I just gotta say, that is cool, man.
Oh, it does look pretty awesome.
I'm a believer, Nate. It works. Let's jump into steaks.
Let's do it.
Now that we know how the hot dog works, we have these beautiful flat iron steaks. So these will be the test one before we actually use the real ones, Nate. That way, in case we mess it up, we don't mess it up too much. So in order to season these steaks, I'm gonna keep it real simple. A good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper and garlic powder. Steaks are perfectly seasoned. Now it's your turn, Nate.
Fantastic. Nails work great for cooking hot dogs and pickles, but not so much for a steak. So I've got the cord running into these plates to sort of sandwich it and cook it evenly. I've used acid to strip the zinc plating off of them, so it should be safe to be in contact with the food while it's cooking.
How is this gonna work?
We're gonna take a steak, we're just gonna sandwich it between and squeeze it down a little bit and see if we can get it to stay in place. We've got the whole apparatus balanced on a couple of glasses. That way it won't end up sitting in its own juices, and the glass won't conduct electricity, so we don't have to worry about it shorting anything out.
Now we plug it in. 3, 2, go, Nate.
Plugged in.
Ooh, immediate.
Yep. That was only about 30 seconds. I have the plate kind of on top of the meat, not sticking into it very much, so that was a bit more activity than I was expecting.
I think I pooped my pants, Nate.
Let's try and smash it in a little bit more and then plug it back in.
I am surprised of how well that worked, Nate. I would like to cut it open. Let's find out right now. Wow, that's a little bit too much, Nate.
That is well done, and it only took 90 seconds.
That worked way too well. What is this dark spot? Is that like the electricity that went through it, or is it actually fat?
I think that's a spot where fat rendered quickly and then just burnt a little bit, but I don't actually know.
I've never cooked a steak well done in less than a minute, everybody. That's insane. And one of the reasons you should never try this at home, because if you do, you could actually beat the steak. Don't cook yourself well done, everybody. It's not gonna taste good, I promise you.
I think we should just try again and cook it for half the time. So we did this one for a minute and a half. Let's do one for 45 seconds and see how well done it is.
Hell yeah. I think we should taste it, but medium rare is better than well done. So we're gonna have this one for my lovely, beautiful cat and dogs. Nothing will ever go to waste.
Oh, it's tripping. Just gonna let it go. Oh, we got 10 more seconds.
Wow, Nate, that was very, very fast. I'm not sure if it looks like it's well done again.
So I'd be interested to see, just cut it like all the way across this direction and see how cooked it is, if it's even or uneven or what.
Oh boy.
So yeah, parts of it look pretty rare, parts of it look very well cooked, but this piece was so uneven in its thickness all the way across that it's really hard to tell how long we actually needed.
Last one was too cooked. This one is too raw. I think we should do 1 minute with a real thick steak. And then once it's done, baste it with some butter and see how it's gonna taste.
Now, are we going to have a control, something to compare it to?
You just want to eat some of my steaks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll have a
100%.
control. Absolutely, we'll have a control. And these are the steaks we're going to be using for our next experiment. They look pretty good.
They look fantastic, but I've noticed something. I was looking at the second steak that we cooked. I think what we want to do is trim the steaks to be exactly the size of one of the plates so that we get the whole thing cooked.
We're making a square steak, everybody. All right, Nate, let's make this happen. So I want to trim it the exact same size, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ah, you have 3 steaks, Guga.
Yes, sir.
I got another idea. The microwave is also electricity.
It is electricity.
Guga.
Fine. Yes. My very first rectangular steak, my friend. It's ready. For the seasoning, we're gonna add a good amount of salt, followed by freshly ground black pepper, and of course, a tiny bit, actually a good amount, of garlic powder. There you go. The steaks are now perfectly seasoned. So here's the deal, Nate. This will be my steak. You take the other 2, one will be the microwave steak, and then you give it to me once you're done with your microwave experiment, and I'll put a nice sear on it.
Perfect.
And then that will be the electricity as well. Should we put a crust on that one too when it's over?
I think we should.
So now I say, it is enough talking, and let's get to cooking.
So let's do it.
All right, everybody, here we got our final steaks. Wow, Nate.
Things are actually looking pretty good so far.
The fact that this one here, which was the electric steak, it's perfect medium rare, is just incredible. Good job, Nate.
Thank you.
Now, you guys didn't see that because it was complete B-roll. That literally took 25 seconds.
And originally we planned to do longer, but you could kind of see it cook down the side.
The stage has been set, a perfect background for a perfect video. We got nothing but electricity and it's raining hard as hell.
I will say that the microwave one, not consistent. It is not medium rare. It's more towards like medium. The electric is perfect.
I don't think how they look is what's the most important.
All it matters is how does it taste, everybody. I say enough talking, let's give this a go. Let's go for this one. Let's try the control so we have a baseline, yeah?
I'm ready.
All right, enough talking, let's try it. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh.
That's a Guga steak right there, baby. Salty, fatty, delicious.
Amazing flavor, fantastic texture, and I am a big fan of the sear over charcoal. I
Yeah.
like that flavor.
We like to call it the kiss of the dragon.
Perfect.
Not much to say. That's our baseline. Let's see if it goes anywhere up from here or down from here. This is gonna be interesting, boy.
I've never had microwave steak before.
I can't believe you've done so many experiments. You never done this?
I don't think I have.
You can really see how unevenly the microwave cooked it.
Edges really seem to overcook a lot.
It's just different shades of pink everywhere. There's no consistency whatsoever.
Okay, enough talking. Let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh,
A lot tougher.
yeah.
Mine's not a lot tougher, but it does seem drier.
I think it's because you overcooked a little bit. But if you asked if there's an off flavor, a bad flavor, no. You?
No, the flavor's good.
It's just a little bit weird because you have some parts that are softer than others, so it's a very uneven mouthfeel. But what do you expect? You cook a steak in a microwave, that's what you get.
If you think it tastes bad, it does not taste bad. As long as you give it a little bit of the kiss of the dragon in the end, it's gonna be all right.
If you did only microwave, though, I don't think you'd be very happy with your steak.
No, you'll probably be pissed off.
Is the voltage going up now?
Oh.
Okay, enough talking because I'm excited. I'm worried that it's gonna have an off flavor.
It might, because like what's happening on the surface of the steak with all of that metal touching it is different. It's not the same cooking method we're used to.
By the way, one more time, do not try this at home, everybody. Let's go, please, dig in.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yo, that was not funny.
It was funny.
Thank you, Nate. Come on.
Wow. I can't believe it. It's evenly cooked, Nate.
Yeah.
Why is it evenly cooked?
We were careful to make sure we had an even thickness of meat going into it. I think that's why.
It doesn't smell weird at all.
Smell like a perfect steak. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
What? There's no off flavor. It's actually freaking delicious.
That is a tender and flavorful steak right there.
If I were to give you this steak and put in front of you, you would have never known that it was cooked with electricity. And I can't believe I'm saying that, Nate.
It's incredible.
This might be the winner right here. It's a very soft, juicy steak. I thought the prongs going into the steak might give a different mouthfeel because it's already penetrating and tearing apart those fibers. But no, you don't really get that after the cooked version. And it's nice. It's a good steak. So using electricity is a faster, accurate, and way cooler version to cook a steak, huh?
Which you should never try at home. Let me be clear. This is not safe. This is not something you should be doing at home. What else can I say, Nate?
It's delicious.
Oh my God. You're not helping, Nate.
I'm hungry.
Does it work? Yes, it works. Is it convenient? No. Is there a possibility that you might get electrocuted? Yes. But I gotta give it up. Steak is perfect, everybody.
It's electric.
Boogie, boogie, boogie.
Guys, thank you so much for the idea and challenge of this. I am surprised but thrilled with how well it turned out.
Thank you for coming, Nate.
So good to be
Guys,
here.
If you don't know Nate, go in the description down below. Check out his channel. He's a great friend. He does crazy experiments on his channel. Go check him out. Everything will be on the description down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Most importantly, remember, do not try this at home.